So we're really excited. We were fortunate enough to partner with Upper Hand Brewery here in Escanaba. And so from December to March, we are collecting cans at 2 drop-off locations. One is at Upper Hand Brewery here in Escanaba and at our Child Advocacy Center. So there's 2 designated areas where individuals can drop off their clean and sealed Michigan can returnables or bottles so that we can begin starting to raise some funds. Obviously, with the pandemic, we have not been able to hold a lot of our normal fundraisers, and we really rely heavily on locally fundraised dollars to operate our services and our programming that we offer to children and families. We provide services to children and families in Alger County and Delta County, Menominee County, and Schoolcraft County. So we have a pretty large service area. Right now, the donation drop-off locations are currently happening in Delta County, but we are seeking volunteers or businesses or organizations in those other 3 counties that might be willing to host a drop-off location and help us sort those so that we can really expand our fundraising efforts for the Child Advocacy Center. The Upper Hand Brewery location that is at 3525 Airport Road in Escanaba, and the Child Advocacy Center is located at 2820 College Avenue in Escanaba. Well, we're shooting for the stars here. I mean, like I said, we rely on fundraisers in our service area to assist us with our programming to help children who have been impacted by abuse. So, we're really hoping for $15,000 to $20,000 with this fundraiser since we haven't been able to fundraise in the last 8 months. It is ambitious and it will require a lot of work, but we have a really great team of volunteers and staff who are ready and are standing by to assist us with returning cans. So we provide assistance with the coordination and investigation of child sexual assault or physical abuse. So we provide that initial forensic interview of the child where they can come to our center. It's a family-friendly environment. They get to talk to a trained professional. And during that interview, law enforcement, protective services, the prosecuting attorney, and anybody else involved in the investigation of that case is in another room watching the interview in real time so that we can ensure that all of our questions are answered on the front end so that we don't have to continue to re-interview and re-victimize these children after they've made a disclosure. During the interview, we have a family advocate who waits with the non-offending caregiver and the child before and after the interview. And so we provide a lot of support and comfort to families that are coming into our center. We follow the children and families through the criminal justice process. And if a case ends up going into that system, then we just continue to ensure that there is a lot of case management and service referrals and ensuring that children and families are getting mental health support, if they need educational support, and really just kind of that ally and advocate to ensure that family is moving on to heal. Well, Upper Hand Brewery has a really strong base of individuals who are likely to have a lot of can returns. But we like to partner with our businesses and in our local service area because we want to also highlight that our businesses and these local organizations support children and families, and they will assist us in standing up to end abuse of children. And I think it is a really great opportunity for businesses and organizations to put it out there that they're not going to stand for this type of behavior and that they do care for the children and families that are residing and going to their establishments and ensuring that these children are protected. It's really a community effort. We can't do it alone by ourselves to ensure that abuse is decreasing and ensuring that we have awareness. It is a collective effort. Absolutely. We have had in the past, since we opened our doors, we've had a lot of fundraisers where we do get a lot of community support and a lot of businesses and organizations sponsoring our events and attending our events. With COVID and with some of the businesses not being able to be open right now, we are not the only agency struggling through the pandemic and being able to support our organization. And so we feel for all of the businesses and restaurants and bars right now who are not able to open. And so it is difficult to ask them to continue to support our organization and to sponsor our events. But we know that deep down, all of the businesses and organizations in the Upper Peninsula truly care about children and families and care about their health and their safety and their well-being. And I think all of us together, pandemic or not, we owe it to the children to rally around them. We have been an essential business throughout the pandemic, so we've continued to go to the center and provide in-person services to children and families. We're with law enforcement, protective services, the prosecutor. I mean, we wear our mask and we stay distant, but unfortunately the pandemic doesn't dictate whether or not abuse or neglect is happening. And so we've continued to operate. We've continued to reach out and serve our communities. We ensure that children and families that we serve, they have emergency relief supplies, they have cleaning supplies. We've been getting a lot of winter gear for our families. If they need food, if they need activities for the kids, if they need assistance with getting to school, we're kind of trying to run it all and make sure that they all know that we are here, and we will support them through whatever they're going through. That's a tough one. We all have cans and bottles sitting in our garages or in our house. Get in touch with us if we need to come pick it up, if you want to drop it off, if you have questions. But a little bit goes a long way, especially in our service area. We owe it to the children and families in our communities to stand up. And I think donating our cans and making that effort is the least that we can do at this point. We have to be creative through the pandemic. We would love to get everybody together. And unfortunately, it's not safe to do that, but we can donate our cans and bottles and show children and families in the Upper Peninsula that they are cared for, and we will rally for them. I don't think so. The only thing is that this fundraiser will go through the end of March. And so we are looking for volunteers to assist us with returning and sorting cans. We are looking to partner up with a few different distributors to kind of ease that. We know that there's a lot of limits and restrictions right now at certain stores where, there's a limit to how many cans you can return. So it's a great opportunity for teenagers, for Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, any other local organizations that are looking to get children involved in serving their community. This would be a really great opportunity.